I was 15, I took codeine with my dog, ayy. Pretty Percocet, put methazine, I feel nauseous. Put up a stick and I hop on a plane, still in my wallways. Shit is so risky, I gotta be gifted. He blessed me with fortune and fame. I remember from 50, I couldn't go back empty. I knew I was stuck to the game. Loyal and I never change. I'm never gonna go against the grain. I'm never gonna be the one turn on my brother when police just gotta detain. I won't ever love a bitch more than my mother, and that's on my government name. I can't be no sucker, ain't hating on no one. I wish everybody get paid. Cause we can't up every day, getting hot talent in the grave.
Zany boss, suicide door, brand new bag. College girls, give a nigga head in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, the bitches they hate, and you can't miss what you never had.
What?
Cindy.
Oh my god, you better edit this.
You're not cropping this. Oh my god. Okay.
What?
So my neck was tripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping.
We back with another interview with Colorful Desires, and I'm here with, one of my day one supporters, man.
Yes.
Her name is Cindy. She owns Cindy Trejo Design, CTD, man. Go ahead, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm Cindy, and yes, I am the owner of CT Designs, where I create logos, paintings, portraits, anything. So yeah.
So let's talk about like who Cindy is. Where do you come from?
Okay, so I'm from Warsaw, North Carolina. That is a small town where nobody knows.
Where is that at?
That's like, you know where Wilmington is at?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like 30 minutes from Wilmington.
So you 9 down. You throw up 9
Yeah,
down.
now I
Like,
know.
Where your area code at?
Yeah. Yeah, so I basically have been in Warsaw, that's in Duplin County, for like my entire life. And I got into drawing when I was like little, but I hated painting, which is weird because that's what my brand is based off of.
Yeah.
Like painting. And once I got to college, I started like, getting more into like doing things that was helping me with like stress or like, anything related to that. And I got into painting, and then I would post it on my Instagram, and then
People were out with it.
yeah, they were like, oh, let me get a custom. And
So what is it like when you first got your first request? You're like, how did you handle that?
I'm trying to remember what the first request was. It was like, I think they wanted like the Mexican flag or something, and I was like, yeah, I got you. And then I posted that, and then I had like 2 more people tell me like, hey, can you do my flag? And then I just started doing it. I never thought it would turn into what it is today.
Right.
But yeah.
So as far as like pricing and all, how did you curate that as far as like, putting a price to each individual piece?
So I started off by trying to see how much each canvas was, because they're pretty expensive, as well as like paint and like paint brushes and all that. At the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was like undercharging, but that's, as you
That's
go.
normal though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now like you just kind of put into perspective how much effort you put into a painting, and then you put the price, and the people decide if it's worth it or not.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came to ECU. What made you do that? Why ECU?
I don't want to lie. Okay, so actually ECU was not my first option.
Okay.
It was not.
Elaborate.
So when I was in my hometown, I wanted to get very far away, like far away. I was gonna say Charlotte, but that's not really like that far. It's just 4 hours away.
Right.
But still, it's a pretty big move for me, coming from a small town. But I started knowing more about ECU and like the opportunities that they had related to my major, and
Which is?
right now it's education with a minor in math.
Okay, so you have nothing affiliated with art as your major.
Nothing.
And what goes through your mind as you are a student? And because I know for me, I'm an exercise physiology major. People are always asking me, you doing Colorful Desires, or you business, marketing, I'm sitting there like, I'm aspiring to be a physical therapist.
Right. It has nothing to do.
How do you deal with that?
Okay, so, the thing is, like, whenever I started the art stuff, I started on, I think it was like junior year. So that year for the elementary ed majors is one of the hardest years. So I was balancing that with that. So I didn't really know where I was going with the business. I was like, am I really doing this? Or like, what is this turning into? But then that's when I had to, time management was a big thing. and you know, I'm still figuring it out because you know I'm a senior, but you know, it's just being able to see what you like.
So you would say you got, you know, pretty serious about this within the past year at this point. So where do you see yourself? You know, you got CT Designs. This is a whole brand. A lot of people, you know, telling you, you know, they're sending you a lot of requests, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
About how many requests do you get per month, would you say?
Per month?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's so many.
Oh man, busy woman.
Like I don't even know because it's so many. You know, like if I post some customs, I get around like 10 new requests.
Oh man.
So there's times where there's artwork that people have not seen because I have to slow it a little bit because it's so much, you know.
Too much for her at once, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say per project about 15.
Okay. So, where do you see yourself taking CT Designs in the future? Because obviously you got something big generating right now.
Right. So right now, there's a lot of things that I have envisioned for it. I know that I want to hit bigger cities because there's a variety of people. Like there's so many different types of people. Like I came to Greenville and I was amazed at how many different cultures. And this isn't nothing,
man.
You know, and I feel like this isn't nothing. It's pretty like a small, I mean, it's a small town, but like still there was so many students from everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. But I definitely would love to have an art studio. And I want to go into detail with that, but I don't know if I should.
Look, this is just for, you know, the person that's aspiring to be an artist. So if you want to, I mean, you can share some details. Okay.
So my vision with this is, for example, I'm always in the move, especially now that I'm home. I don't have an art studio. So I'm doing all of these projects in the kitchen. So I know that there's a lot of artists out there who are in that same position. So I would like to create an art studio where you have rooms available for artists to come in with their own materials and work on projects that either they want to display in that same art studio, where we would have events and even like teaching lessons and stuff that those artists want to, you know, have within their own community and stuff. But just, I feel like opening more opportunities for more entrepreneurs, you know, would be...
That's dope, though.
Yeah.
Just creating a platform.
Yeah.
Like what Colorful Designs is doing, I like that.
Yeah.
So, with elementary education, how far do you see yourself? Are you falling out of love with that, or where do you see yourself, you know, incorporating that into your plans?
Which actually being in this internship is actually opening opening my eyes, you know, to try and figure out like the art stuff and the teaching stuff. I don't hate teaching and stuff, but I feel like the art is where I'm like...
That's where your passion, that's where your heart is at.
Yes, that's where it's at. But when I do go to the schools and stuff, it's not like I'm like drained or like, I don't want to do this, or I'm unhappy or anything.
Cindy loves the kids.
Yeah, I love the kids. I don't want none of my own though.
Oh man.
Nah.
For real?
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
But for now. For now.
She's still young. So,
yeah.
Okay, so for you, do you ever feel like discouraged, or you know, you ever feel like down, like why am I doing this? Is it worth it? Or you know, how do you deal with, you know, overcoming those pressures that you would say that you put on yourself?
A lot of the time, because I'm doing it by myself and there's so many different things within CT Designs, you know, like the paintings, the shoe custom, the logos, and just all the different things that I provide, it becomes very overwhelming. But what I try to do is try to do other things that relieve stress. So gym, pretty sure everybody knows that I'm there all the time. I also do a lot of writing. And
you write about anything?
Yeah, like my emotions, I write them out.
Okay.
Music is a big one. Love music.
So tell us some of your top artists, man. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I'm gonna use a question I used in another interview.
What?
If you can pick 4 artists for one concert for yourself and put them in order, who?
Oh, there's so many I've been listening to right now. Gunna.
Ghana?
Yeah. I would love to see. It's between Gene Aiko or Summer Walker.
Janae.
Janae.
Do not butcher that name.
Is it Janae? For
Janae.
real? What?
Come on now.
I thought it was Janae.
Oh my God, she doesn't know it's Janae.
I did not know that.
That's my baby girl right
Janae,
there. I don't
okay.
care about Big Sean. He better treat her right.
You
That's all
right.
I'm
You
gonna
better
say.
treat her right. Let's see. I used to be into Little Skies, but no, I don't know. Oh, Don Toliver and Brent Faze. I don't know why I did not say that.
Yes. You saying Faze?
It's
Oh my
Faze.
God. Is it Faze?
I thought it was Faze.
I'm like 110% sure.
How is it Fayez?
Brent Fayez.
What?
Cindy.
Oh my God, you better edit this.
We're not cropping this.
Ah.
Oh my God. Okay.
What?
So,
I cannot believe it's Janae.
Janae Aiko?
Where did
Are
I
you-
hear Jean from?
It don't even spell like Jean.
Yeah.
It got the little.
The H don't count.
It got the thing at the. Tell me about Gunna. What you
That
know
new
about
album that he dropped is just good.
Gunna?
I ain't even gonna lie, like I didn't listen to him back then like that,
Yeah.
but this new album, yes.
You put on game now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But right now, like the main ones that I'm listening to is Brent,
Brent Fayez.
that, and Don Toliver.
Don Toliver.
Yeah.
So they the toughest in the game to you right now.
Yeah. They
Okay.
hit the soul.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So real heavy on music as far as getting over everything like that.
Mhm.
Is that it? What else? Gets you through your day.
Um.
Even when you're doing schoolwork, you're like, man, I don't even want to do this. I want to paint or I want to do art, and or maybe I don't even want to do art. I want to just.
Yeah, there's time. I'm not even gonna lie. There's times I don't want to do it no more. Like, yeah, just because it's a lot. It went from being a hobby to being something that I had to like.
Yeah, you got
Do
supply and
it.
demand now.
Right.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business. So you also got to think about, if it was a hobby, why are you turning it into a business, or how can you make it a successful business without you having to hate it? Because I feel like that's a lot of problem with like the people who do things or do something that they love and then they turn it into a business and then they hate it. And that's why I didn't study art in college. Because I felt like I was gonna grow a hate towards it.
Do you feel like you need to study art to be good at art in college?
No.
No?
No.
Not at all?
I feel like it would be helpful. You will learn about like new ways to express art, but it doesn't, I don't think it,
It don't really matter.
you don't really need it.
Right.
I'm considering, getting some type of degree in design, but just to perfect my art maybe.
Right.
Or
Just
help
learn a
me.
couple things.
Yeah.
So how hard is it to have a business, a prospering business, something that is blowing up,
Mhm.
and still be a student in college? And if I might add, being a minority
Yeah.
at a PWI.
I'm gonna give you an example of being a minority actually.
Okay.
I had one customer, right? He's our age. He liked one of the J. Cole paintings that I did, and he told me he was gonna buy it, and he showed his parents, and they were white, and they told him, I don't think you should buy that. And then like they compared it to like a Dr. Seuss painting or whatever, but like it had a lot to do with the cultural difference because
What J. Cole painting was it? It was
the orange one.
orange one.
They were like,
on the screen.
they told him, why would you buy that? Who even is that?
Oh my god.
Right. So, and he showed me, the Dr. Seuss painting, and it was just, I'm not shaming the art or anything. I'm just saying it's very different
Mhm.
to what I do. Yeah. So, I told him, I understand everybody has a different style of art. But I knew it had something to do with that.
Okay. So, channeling this energy, this negative energy that you get from him, how do you overcome that?
One of the main things is I just focus on what I'm doing for me. I know that art makes me happy, so if one person doesn't like it, that's 10 more people that are gonna like it. Because I've received flash on like Twitter and Instagram messages telling me, why are you doing, I've been messaged, why are you doing black artists only? So like,
and I mean, it's really just interest. This is whatever
like
you feel.
I love art, and I know that also like there's a lot of black artists right now that are like standing out and doing big things. So why not? I don't understand.
That's legitimate. Okay, so how long does it take you to create a piece of art? I know it's different sizes and everything, but let's just say the average size. Somebody hits you with, Cindy, I want this painting. Or let's say even for the J. Cole, how long did it take you to create that?
That takes 6 hours.
6
That's
hours.
like the average, yeah.
Average time, 6 hours.
6 hours for one painting.
You sitting there looking at colors and whatnot, and you sitting there, or is it 6 hours at one time, or are you breaking this up?
Oh no, the max that I've done is 2 days. Past that, none. Like, I do not do a painting within 3 days. That's crazy.
Sheesh. Okay, so
that's why when I told you, I was like, it's gonna take me a day or two just to finish a painting. So.
okay, so if you could tell me, what is, like, in your opinion, what is the best painting job that you have ever, just art piece? What's the best art piece job that you have ever done? I'm gonna just flash it on the screen too so they can see.
The Nipsey Hussle.
The Nipsey Hussle.
My most recent painting.
So describe that for us.
That painting, whew,
what is it? What did it take to make that? Just take us through step by step.
Like of me painting it or what?
Yeah, step by step. Everything.
Well, this is basically every painting, but like the first thing I do is, I get a picture reference. Then I take my iPad and I highlight all of like the main features, like maybe the head shape and then the shoulders. Then I just draw it on the thing, and then that's when I start painting. And then after that, I do the detail background. And,
How long? Because your details when you're painting are like extreme, expert like level. At what point were you like, I'm like that, like I'm real good at that?
No, the Mac Miller one. That's when I realized that I was like, oh, okay, I can do portraits. Because back then, I used to tell people not to ask me to do portraits because I didn't know how to do them.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I did not know how to do them. All I knew how to do was characters, and that was it, cartoon.
So, how'd you learn? Like, what, you just self-taught?
Yeah, so I had a customer who was like, hey, can you do a painting of like me and my husband or whatever? And I was like, I don't do people, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
And I did it, and I realized, okay, like, I can do it. And then that's when people, like, saw that and wanted more portraits. And now that's probably one of my top, like, requests, portraits of people.
So pretty much, just try it, guys. Like, if you're an artist, go ahead and just try it out. Of course you're going to, have some bumps and bruises along the way, but just keep trying, man. Keep trying, and you're going to get to where you want to go. Let's talk about like the college life, right? You're minority in college. What has the college life been like for you?
Okay. Yeah. First semester was like the worst. I lost a lot of weight.
Okay.
Mental health was down, like bad.
If you don't mind me asking, what is it like mentally coming into a new area where you don't know and you gotta adapt real quickly?
It was hard. I didn't have nobody in Greenville, which is why I didn't really move. I didn't choose ECU because I didn't know anybody here.
Right.
But I also had school. School was like my number one priority. Everything school. I didn't really focus on social life. I didn't really get involved with anything just because I was so focused on school. And I think that was what made my freshman year like the worst because I was not out having fun.
Right.
But once I like grew into the city and started, going out more, I started meeting more people that were like me. And being an education major, I walk in and I'm the only Hispanic. Actually, the only, colored person in the room.
Right.
So that's an experience by itself. But I feel like being in college and being a minority, you grow up to become the person that you didn't know you were gonna be. So, you know, getting out of the house was definitely like amazing.
So if you had to tell yourself like any advice, you look at yourself, your freshman self right now, what advice are you giving that 17, 18-year-old girl coming into ECU?
What would I say to myself? It'll get better.
It'll get better?
Mm-hmm.
Is she gonna understand what that means?
I understand it, yep.
You understand it,
but they don't.
Is she gonna understand?
Who? Oh.
Your freshman self.
Oh, no.
She not gonna
she will
understand?
not. No, she's going to be
She'll
like,
be like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Yeah, it'll get better.
It'll get better though.
Yeah.
The pressures of being a minority at ECU are a little bit, you know, stiff. You said, you know, you put pressures on yourself because you didn't really want to go out as much. You started going out.
Yeah.
What is it like just, you know, minority-wise? Like, where is there any pressures that you feel, or is there any crazy situations that you've been in since being in Greenville?
I have not experienced anything like discrimination, racism, none of that.
Okay.
But you do feel maybe like an outcast whenever I would go into classes, like my like face-to-face classes. Like I said, because being an education major, like most of the people that are in education are white.
Right.
So you know, I would always be the one colored person. There was no black, no Hispanic, no nothing else, just all white, and I would be that one Hispanic girl. So that definitely brought a lot of pressure on me because I felt like I had to speak up even louder for people to hear me and know that I was there too.
Okay. Any future Hispanics trying to come to ECU, what is that advice that you would give to them?
I would say try to explore more people like you and be open to exploring other people that are not in your, you know, ethnicity group.
All right, so given that we all in a pandemic right now, how has that affected your business?
I feel like a lot of people haven't been able to make a purchase because of, you know, unemployment. They're probably not getting paid, or they're dealing with their own situations. But to be honest, it hasn't affected it that much.
Okay, so you pretty much not been phased.
No.
Pricing's been pretty good.
Yeah, I've still been able to maintain clientele. But yeah, I tried to, like, when it first started, I was like, man, like, I'm gonna lose, you know, clients and business, but it's been pretty steady. I was gonna start in, I think, New Bern. They do like a monthly showcase with like artists and stuff that any artist can come, and they have like a road where everything's like closed, and then artists come and display their art. I was gonna start doing that, but due to the quarantine, that got canceled. And I had so many paintings, and now they're like sold, but you know, it stopped that, so it sucks.
So do you, at this point, do you do paintings that you just create that you like and then you sell them, or are you always just taking requests at this point?
I do both. So at first it started with just me painting, but then people were telling me, can you do this, can you do that? And at first I was scared because I was like, you know, there's only so much I can do. Like I said, at first I started with like cartoons and like nothing realistic. I could not do anything like dogs and stuff like that. I would avoid because I'm like, I don't know how to do all that. Yeah. But you know, I feel like practice makes perfect. So that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take requests. And I know that people, the reason why they're requesting is because they believe in my art. And they'll be happy with what I make. So we take requests, and I do freestyles. I call it freestyles, where I do like famous people, you know, artists that I listen to, and then they sell.
Let's talk about the shoes, man.
The shoes.
You got some dope designs for, you know, Air Force Ones. Are there any other shoes that you want to design on that you feel comfortable with?
Any shoe.
Any shoe?
Yeah.
Bring it to her.
Any shoe.
Any shoe.
I got
man.
you. And it's crazy because at the beginning, customizing shoes is way different than doing using canvases. So like the paint is different, the brushes are different, the way that you prep the shoes is very different, the way you condition the shoes is very different. So it's a whole different type of art, I feel.
Okay.
But yeah, I love shoe customizing.
How did you get into the shoe customizing? What made you be like, look, I'm taking my talents from the canvas to the shoe?
I noticed that a lot of people love custom forces, love them. And you can't I feel like here in our area, you can't really find that many people that customize shoes, or you can't find them at the mall. So like, let's say like the Louis Vuitton ones, if you order that online, that'll be around $200 and more. Huh?
What you running them for?
For my work now, it's like 120 the max.
Look,
like,
she giving y'all a deal.
I sure am.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I did research on that, and I like try to see how much it is to, get shoes and order them online customized, and they run about $230. No cap.
Yeah.
I swear.
If you don't like, that light bulb don't go off in your head where you're like, oh, this is still something wrong with you.
I swear.
So, custom shoes, man. Let's talk about the logos. I feel like, I know personally, I've been looking into getting a second logo for Colorful Desires.
Okay.
So, what would that look like if I were to ask Cindy, CT Designs, for a logo?
So the first step whenever you want to get a logo with me is I tell you, all right, what ideas do you have? I got to build off of something, I've done logos where people are just like, do whatever, but I can't do that because I need to know what your business represents. What do you want your logo to look like? Or when people look at your logo, what do you want it to, what message do you want it to give out to people? So I'm always like, tell me what colors, what font, anything you want.
Spell it out.
Everything, just throw it out there, it doesn't matter. And then once you tell me that, I create whatever, and then I show you, and then if you want to make changes, color changes, anything, I change it to perfect it, and then turn it into what you wanted it to be.
Gotcha. So with logos, like, are you, with digital art, are you pretty good on that?
Yes. At the beginning, see, that's another different type of art because digital is very, very hard. So I use an iPad and an Apple Pen to create the logos.
Fancy.
Yeah, so I use that. At the beginning, I was like, how the heck do you draw? Because sometimes, when you like write on your phone, it's like very slow.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like that, but no, it works pretty well.
Okay. We're not, plugging in iPad or anything like that.
Oh, nah.
We're not doing that. But
yeah.
It works, though.
Yeah, it works. But with digital art, I think I'm getting a little bit better just by, trying to do new logos and tattoo designs as well. So it's, it's a learning process.
Tattoo designs as well?
Yes.
Oh my God. So
what?
For all the people that are interested in tattoos, what is it like?
So many.
What is it like working with you, man? How you know how to
do tattoos?
Yeah, like what got you interested in doing that too?
I just see, the thing is, the reason why I did shoes and then like the tattoo and logos, which was not planned, I was just gonna do paintings with canvases, was because people were requesting that from me. So I was like, why not? And then I did it. And
just up your skill.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. That's a big skill to have. I know a lot of people, need to get yadded. So
I actually just got tatted too.
How many tattoos you got?
I got 3.
3?
Yeah.
What are they?
I got one on my thigh, and that one says, "You are the artist and the art, a beautiful soul," and then my dad's birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do those mean to you?
The one that says "You are the artist and the art," I feel like the way that my art comes through in a canvas is kind of the expression of my soul. I know that's hella deep, and you probably will not understand what that means, but
I feel like I get it. But
you get it?
I feel like I get it.
Okay. It's like whatever I'm drawing, it's like my soul expressing itself. Yeah. I don't know. And I've had moments where I've cried while I'm painting for no reason. I'm like, why am I crying? But I know that
all into
it's my all.
It's like
I mean, think about it.
You.
Yeah. 6 hours in a painting, you know, that's love.
Man, I know what it feels like to put 6 hours into a video game and not get nowhere. So
yeah. And then this one, A Beautiful Soul. My dad was always told that he had a beautiful soul, and I've been told that before. So that's the connection to him. And his birthday, because my dad passed away in a car accident. So,
oh man.
Yeah. You know, people get their like death date, but I think birthday is the important one.
Yeah. So, how was that for you?
I was 14 years old when that happened. He had a car accident. It was tough. It was the toughest thing I've ever had to experience.
Was it like a major crash? Or was
Yes, he instantly passed away.
Oh.
And it wasn't his fault. And he was coming home from work. So that's, you know, yeah, that's even worse.
So you didn't even notice, like you look up and you just like, damn.
So yeah, what happened was like we were at my house and he was a construction worker. My dad was an artist. So that's where it comes from.
That's the inspiration.
That's the inspiration.
You feel like he living through you?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Every time I have something, even with this, I'm like, I know my dad would be proud. He would have been there, or you know, things like that.
Yeah.
I actually recently did a painting of this girl's like grandparents, and they died. And while I was painting her grandparents, I felt chills and I started crying, and that's when I know that's my dad. Like.
It's the emotional attachment.
Yeah, I'm telling
man.
you, like it's deep. But yeah, like this conversation went to another direction. I was not meaning to say that, but yeah, we were at like my house and we were waiting for him to come home, and he called my mom like 3 minutes before the car accident, you know, saying he was about to be home. And when we got home, he was supposed to already been there, but he was not. And so we were waiting all night, and we were calling, texting, nothing. And then that's when me and my mom went looking for him at his favorite like spot that he would always go to. It's like a thrift store. But he wasn't there. And that day I told her, I was like, if something bad happened, there's going to be 2 cops that will show up to our house. And that's exactly what happened. So we had 2 cops pull up. They didn't even have to say anything. I just knew because I said it. You know, I was like, 2 cops will show up.
What made you say that?
You know, in the movies, whenever like somebody has a car accident, like 2 cops show up to tell them the news.
Yeah.
So I told my mom that I was like, if something bad happened to him, there's gonna be 2 cops. And a few hours later, them
2 cops came and
they came and gave me the worst news of my life.
So how was it like, you know, just moving?
Going through that?
Yeah.
It was tough because I'm the oldest.
Oldest of how
3.
many? 3.
3, but I have an older sister, but she just didn't live with us, or you know, she's actually my dad's daughter too, just not my mom's.
Got you.
But being with my other siblings and stuff, like it was tough because I saw my mom go through like the worst type of depression, I would say.
Yeah.
Being 14-year-old, you don't comprehend what's going on. You know, you're so young.
Right.
So yeah, like I feel like as a 14-year-old, I was not doing things that a regular 14-year-old was doing. So.
Man, that's deep, man.
Yeah, that's so deep. And I posted my dad on my Instagram. I don't know if people noticed, but I posted him.
Okay, so a piece of your art is definitely like, you know, like your inspiration comes from your dad.
Yes.
Sheesh,
Big
man.
time.
So when you're getting the art from CT Designs, man, this is coming from a deeper place.
Yes.
From the soul, from, you know, a father passed down to her, going straight to y'all, man. So this is.
I did not think I was gonna talk about my dad.
Man, that's heavy, man. But that's like, I feel like they need to know that.
Yeah.
Like, this is where your inspiration comes from. Is there any other inspirations that you have as far as like art? Anybody that you look up to? Any famous people?
Andy Warhol was one of like the ones that I love because color is my biggest thing with like paintings. I don't know, like color is just it's my favorite thing ever. But I noticed that he is the type of artist to do that too. Like he would use color with everything.
As far as like this upcoming election, I'm not gonna ask you who you're voting for.
Right, not Trump.
Boom, there it goes. But What's your advice for anybody that is, you know, just heading towards a selection? Obviously,